Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So thank you for stopping by, and if this is your first time of coming across this channel, you're highly welcome. So this channel is centered around sewing. I make sewing style videos and pattern drafting. So if this is a niche that you like to get updated on, you can as well consider subscribing to my channel, because you are never going to regret subscribing to my channel. And to all my wonderful subscribers, thank you all haulers for subscribing to my channel and always coming back to watch my videos. So in today's tutorial, I'll be sharing with you guys how to make a simple crop wrap top. I'm going to make it very simple, and it's definitely going to be a beginners friendly tutorial. So without wasting much time, I'll just get started with today's tutorial. So let's go there. So right here, I started off by folding my fabric into two, and this is a vintage fabric that I'll be working with in the making of this top. So behind the camera, I went ahead to draft a basic bodice, which I already have this tutorial on the channel in case you are not familiar with drafting a basic bodice. So I went ahead to place this basic bodice on the folded area of my fabric, and you can see that I went ahead to add my dart. I replaced my dart as well, and I also went ahead to also add my 1 inch, which will serve as my stitching or my seam allowance. So this is all I did right here, and I'm trying to explain better. So after all this, now I'll go ahead and cut out exactly the way this paper is on this fabric. So here I'm cutting for the back part of this dress. So I'll go ahead and cut out everything the exact same way it is, and also notch my dart area. So I'll open this up now, and you can see what this looks like, and this is for my back bodice. So after that, now I'll go ahead and cut off this dart intake, which I did here because it's not needed for the front basic bodice. So after this, I'm going to use my masking tape to close this up because the dart is not needed for the front bodice. So I got another fabric I folded into two. So before placing your already drafted bodice on this fabric, you're going to measure from the folded parts your round waist circumference divided into 4. So wherever it stops, that's where this bodice shall be placed on. So I'm just trying to calculate this, and my waist circumference divided into 4 is 8¼ So having taken note of that, I went ahead to mark the line to get to that end part. So from the actual length of my top, I went ahead to go up by 4 inches. 1 inch will be for my hemming allowance, and 2 inches is going to be for where my rope will be sitting. So this is what I did here, and apologies I didn't show. I had no idea. I really do apologize. So now from that point, I'm going to take note of the midpoint of this top, and from your neck opening or your neck width, you're going to just mark like this and stop at that point where your waist circumference started or where your folding started. So after this, now we go ahead and cut out every other side. So do remember that the part that the armhole is facing is actually open, but the part where I folded from the inside is actually closed. So this is what you do. So just go ahead and cut this out all through to the shoulder area. Cut out the armhole, and that will be it for this front bodice. So I went ahead to remove these pins after cutting out, and I'll spread this open, and if you watch closely, you understand what the explanation I was trying to give earlier on. So this is how it's going to overlap on each other, and I'll just go ahead now and get my back bodice. I'm going to place it on my front bodice, and I'm just going to join the shoulder area. But before joining that, I'll use my pin to pin it down first of all. So after pinning, now I'll go ahead first to take in my dart of 1 inch. So I'm just going to take in my dart and stitch the shoulder area, and this is what I have, and this is what it looks like. So now I will now proceed now to pin the sides. I'll bring the two armhole together, that's the front and the back, pin the sides down with my pin, and I'm going to do this for the both sides. And after this, I'll just proceed to mark my 1 inch, which I gave to this as my seam allowance. So from that top area, I'm going to mark 1 inch all the way to my actual full top length. So I'll do this for the both sides, and I'll go ahead and stitch this down. So I went ahead to cut out a long piece, and I'll be using this to pipe this area from the front part to my the back and to the other side of my front dress. So I'm going to pin this all around first, and after pinning, I'm going to run a stitch all across. So I've done that now, and after stitching that, you bring it, and this is the exact way you're going to fold this in again. So I've stitched this, folding by 1/4 of an inch and folding again by 1/2 of an inch. Then you run a straight stitch across all through this top. So after that, now I went ahead to cut out another long piece that is long enough to go around my waist at least twice, that will serve as my belt. Okay, so I stitch this, and I'm going to turn this over to the right hand side, or the right side of this fabric. So after doing that now, okay, when I went to stitch the sides of my top, I actually went ahead to fold the hem of this top. So I'll go ahead now and open up that part a little. So I'll make sure that I fix that already drafted or piece I cut out for the belt into that space that will be left at that hemming area. So this is when you must have put this, you go ahead and stitch this down. So that's it for the bodies of this dress. Now for the sleeve, from the top of that my paper, I came down by 3 inches, and I connected that 3 inches into a straight line, and I came in by 4 inches, and from the top part of my paper, I'm just going to come down like this and give this a curve. So now I'm going to measure my armhole, and whatever I have is going to be my armhole circumference, and I'm going to mark it on this line. So I marked what I got on this line, and went ahead as well to add 1 inch, which serve as my hemming or sewing or seam allowance. So I'll go ahead from that top area to mark my bicep length of 6.5 inches, my bicep circumference, and plus 1 inch for seam allowance. So now I'll go ahead to mark my sleeve length. And initially I wanted to add a band to this dress, but my fabric was exhausted, so I couldn't add a band to this, so I had to stop at the actual first sleeve length I marked here. So after indicating my wrist circumference and all that, I went ahead to connect this into a straight line. So I'm going to cut this out on my actual fabric, and I'll just simply go ahead and fix this sleeve on my dress. So that is just basically it. The only difference is I didn't later add the band, which I initially planned on adding. So I'll do all of that, and I'll come back and show you guys the results or the outcome of this beautiful top. So this is it, and here it is. And of course you can see that I paired this with a trouser. And if you're yet to watch the tutorial on how I made these pants, I dropped the I'll drop the link in the comment section. Please do go and watch the tutorial. So thank you all for watching and coming this far to watch my videos. If you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment. Thank you all so much. See you next time on the same channel. Bye.